Hello, today we have Rebecca Pettis joining us. Rebecca is very active in our community. And Rebecca, I'm going to start off by, first of all, introduce yourself to us. A lot of people have heard about Rebecca Pettis. I know every other text I send throughout the days, and especially towards the new month, is how do I get in touch with this person about this? And I'm finding your name and your number again to send to them. So introduce yourself to our community first.
So I'm Rebecca Pettis, and I'm a foster mom, and I help those that are on the fostering journey.
All right. And you're also an adopted mom,
Yeah.
a bio mom, a
Mhm.
wife. And how many children do you have?
So today we have 8 children. We have 2 bios, 4 adopted, and 2 fosters.
All right. And you're here in Waxahachie. All right.
Yes. Yes.
And you hold a lot of roles, but I really want to talk about two of them. Okay. First of all, let us know how you assist the church community, the fostering community, and those who just kind of kinship work, kinship helpers, or even those that work with CPS and the children in foster care. Tell us more about your role as in a foster care community.
Okay, so I work for Oaks Church, and at the church, I teach people how to be foster parents. I walk out hard kids with people. We teach other churches how to do orphan care, and we operate a foster closet where we provide tangible needs. We meet tangible needs for people who have adopted or who are in foster care or kinship placements.
Okay. And how does the foster closet work? You talked about you all assist with tangible items. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, so we have usually quarterly events that we do where people can sign up. We had a diaper drive where you sign up and we'll you pick up diapers in a connection activity, or you pick up coats at the winter activity, or different things like that. And then we also have a physical location of a foster closet where you can register to come and pick up things that you would need to bring a child into your home. And so we have things like furniture, and really any equipment, any items that you would need to bring a child into your home, and then to maintain that child in your home. So we have clothes, toys, shoes, diapers, wipes, bathtubs, cribs, anything that you would need to help maintain a child in your home.
Okay, and can any foster parent sign up to shop at the store, at the closet, or is it just families with associated with Oaks Church? How does that work?
No, it's any foster, adoptive, or kinship child is welcome. Their family is welcome to come and get the things that they need. We also work with a lot of CASAs, and caseworkers and other social workers in the community who are trying to help other kids.
Okay, so I don't have to have the foster child myself, but if I work with one,
Yeah.
such as a CASA volunteer, I can sign up and go shop for the child. Does the child have to be with me, or how does that work?
No, no, they don't need to be with you. We just have a form, an online form that you fill out, that registers you to come to the closet. And it's just basic information. Yeah, and then you come and shop and take what you need.
That is great. That is great. And twice a month, is that correct? Is it every month?
Yes, we're twice a month, one Saturday a month, Saturday morning, and one Tuesday afternoon a month. Yeah.
Okay. And tell me, just share with us how you've seen God work in your foster closet. What is some feedback that you're receiving from the parents that show up, or even the children?
Yeah. So my goal in starting the foster closet was not just to meet tangible needs of families or to help people bring kids into their homes, but I really wanted to create a space that was a space that other foster moms could come and meet foster moms that they may not otherwise meet.
Right.
So they can encourage each other and share, just that connection, that what is working in your home, or what dentist are you using, or what
Right.
therapist are you using. And so we've really seen that. When you come in and shop the closet, you can hear moms that aren't from the same agency, maybe not even from the same city, but they're there laughing and talking and sharing. And then we're seeing people come back and say, "Oh, hey, do you remember so and so that was here last month and she was having this situation? Well, I found somebody that could help her with that." And
Oh, that's
so
good.
really it's a place of connection.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I love to hear that because it helps foster parents know they're not in it alone.
Yeah.
That there's others going through the same thing that they're going through, or they have already been through it. And that's what God asks us to do, to make sure that we're here to support each other in fellowship as we walk this journey called life. So I
Yeah.
love that you're connecting them together. And talk to us about how you connect them together through your support group at the church.
Yeah, so we offer a support group that with childcare.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
it's twice a month, the second and fourth Wednesday of every month at Oaks Church in the Education Building. You don't have to be a member there. You don't have to even go there. But it's just a space where you can sit with like-minded people who are walking the same journey or have walked the same journey that you had, or that you're currently walking, and just learn more about each other, what's worked for other people, and really encouragement.
Okay, great. Now, have you seen those classes grow? Or what are you seeing with the response to those
Yes.
from our community?
Yeah, we have seen some pretty substantial growth. Initially, there were just a few of us that would come every week, and now we have a pretty good group. We have about 50 people that are registered to
Wow,
attend the group, and we'll usually see around 20 people.
that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Mhm.
On a weekday?
Yeah, well, and you're thinking it's mostly moms. There are a few dads that will join us, but it's mostly moms.
Oh,
And so it's just a really nice, safe space for people to share what's going on.
Do you have events that you do?
We do some events, yes. Our next event is going to be a Christmas event where we have a Santa Claus, and we have pajamas for all the kids and just some activities for the kids, and then sort of an opportunity for kids to take family photos, right? Take their Christmas pictures, but away from a big crowd. So it's just
mhm.
going to be our group in the big building, taking photos,
That's
and
really nice.
having space and not being rushed, and not the kids not being stressed out or worried about, there's a line,
Mhm.
and they get Santa to themselves.
Talk to us about just some things that you would like to do with the closet or even the support group, or some things maybe parents you all have collaborated on. Where do you see it going?
Mm.
What are some things? Because I know that you have a lot of aspirations that you want, and you have a vision that God's given you. Just like the connecting, that's new in closets. Closets usually you just come get what you need and you go. But you're really trying to minister to the
Yeah.
families and allow them to minister to one another and be connected. So, what are some more things that you're doing or you're putting in place or would like to put in place to connect that space between the parents?
Yeah. So next week we're hosting a mom's night out, just where we are getting together with other moms and allowing them the opportunity. Maybe they don't can't make it to support group, or maybe they want to sit down and enjoy themselves to visit instead of doing it over a tub of clothes. And so just for me, it's all about the connection. Like if we feel fostering and adopting sometimes can be very isolating, and I think to provide more opportunities to connect, more opportunities for people to hear, hey, this is what God's doing in my life. I think it helps us. It helps us to hear that other people are on the same journey that we're on, or they've been through the same thing that we've been through.
Right.
And it just makes it a little bit easier to go through.
Mm.
That's good. So this Mom's Day out, and I've been hearing a lot of chatter about it. Okay, a lot of chatter about it. So usually we, hear about Parents Day out. Okay, you drop your kids off and then you go out. But this is
hmm
the opposite, isn't it? Are they dropping the children off out, or the parents actually going out together, meeting and greeting, so they
So
can
this
have
one,
the same space?
this specific one is a mom's night out. And so this is
Love it.
moms leaving kids at home with dad
All
or
right,
babysitter or grandma. And moms are just going out to visit and chat and
that's good.
kind of breathe a little without the kids.
Good, good. Because they do feel isolated, and some of them don't have that friend group. And you
Right.
all are creating that space for a
Yeah.
friend group for you to connect, and something now that we have in common because
Mhm.
you foster, I foster. How many times you really get to, have a friend that's doing what you're doing in life? So that's great, Rebecca. I love to hear that.
Is there a need that you're hearing kind of repeated over and over again that you're like, we're quite not quite there yet, but we want to meet that need someday? And how could people help you in that?
Really providing parents with more respite, more babysitting nights like that's always the biggest thing. And we're working on that. We have some things in the works to kind of put together some more regular opportunities to give parents time away. Um, so yeah, that's really the biggest need that we see.
Yeah.
Right, and we know that's a constant need in
Always, yes,
foster care as well as
always.
adopted. We don't want to leave those parents out.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's a big part of what we do is we don't
Mhm.
want it to just be about foster families. You
Right.
know, our kinship families are
Mhm.
very neglected in the community,
Sure.
right? Like everything is about fostering or adopting, and our kinship families need support too. And so that's why it was so important to me that we make sure they're included, that they feel loved,
Mhm.
and that they see the hands and feet of Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Um, and when talking about them seeing the hands and feet of Jesus, have you had opportunities to introduce Jesus to them, to parents that come up, or and just kind of talk to them about how they're introducing Jesus in their homes? Does that Jesus conversation come up while
A
you?
lot. Yes, yes. If you spend much time with me, we're going to talk about the Lord. Um, and so we have, there are a lot of opportunities when we're in the foster closet. When people talk about they're going through something,
Mhm.
um, I will always say, well, let's pray about it. Let's talk to the Lord. And so we have had many opportunities to pray with families
That's good.
over what's going on in their home, over their kids' behavior, over a lack in their life. And we've had many moms come back and say, that made a big difference to me. My kid heard you praying in the closet and they're asking questions now.
That's
And
good.
so, really, we're living out
Mhm.
what it is that the Lord's called us to do. We're loving on people, and that's attractive, right? That's
Right.
that's drawing people in, and they're just wanting to take that next step and ask more questions. And I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, our community definitely appreciate everything that the Oaks Church is doing and who they are in our community. You started out by sharing with us that you also help other churches create different support groups for fostering in their churches. Talk to me about that.
So we have programs that we put together where we go into other churches and we teach them how to do orphan care. So what that looks like is we talk about the wraparound support that's necessary when you start a foster and adopt program, where you wrap around the teams that you already have,
Yeah.
wrap around the families that you have. And you support them in their journey. And so what that looks like could be starting a meal train, teaching
Hmm.
them how to do a meal train, teaching them how do you reach out to a family? What are the needs that a family may have so you can be prepared to meet them? We talk about, who are the service providers in your area that foster families may need. So you have a list of maybe all the daycares in the area that provide CCMS. And so that's something when somebody calls you, you just have that ready to go.
Right.
So you're meeting needs right away. And there are so many things that churches can do that don't cost a lot of money. There's not a huge expense put into starting one of these programs. You can lean into other programs that you have already running that really can support foster and adopt families.
I am curious, we since starting this podcast, I've heard a lot about just talking about respite care here and there, and that it's such a need.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that it's so hard to find respite care, people who want to do that? Is it not necessarily a lack of desire, but maybe a lack of knowledge, or is it a rigorous process? I mean, as someone who doesn't understand, can we talk about that for a second?
That's good.
So I think it's an education issue. I think that people don't realize what the need is. They don't realize how hard it is. You know, somebody may think, "Oh, well, I have three biological children. I don't, I don't need a break all the time." You know, I have my mom that my mom can just, watch my kids. And that's not necessarily always the case for a foster adopt family. You know, sometimes you need people who have been through a little bit of training. It's not rigorous, but it is a little bit of training. So those people know how to handle a child who has had a trauma background. So they know how to handle, situations when they arise. A lot of foster kids come with food issues. And if you're not used to that, a child could be really upset in your home if you don't understand how to communicate with them about food. And so there are just some really basic trainings that you can do. But really, it's an education issue. I think that people really don't understand the need and how exhausting it is, to parent a child from a trauma background. It is constant. There's no break. There's no, you always have to think. You can't respond like maybe you would to your bio kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really think about, how is this going to lean into what they've been through? How is this going to be something that hits them sideways,
Mhm.
And so I think just that training people what the need is, and then having the follow through to go through with the training to do foster care or to do babysitting, even just babysitting for a few hours. It's like 3 classes and a CPR class. It's not a lot,
It's not a lot.
It's
Yeah.
but
not.
it meets a need that is incredible.
Yeah.
Right. That's incredible. And I think you said it, I mean, just perfectly, Rebecca, and explained it. And part of it is that a person would think that, oh, well, I could only do it once a month. So that's not really helping anyone.
Mhm.
And they just brush it off. But it helps a lot.
But if you had 30 people
Once a
doing it once
month,
a month, then
yes,
that's, yeah,
exactly. If 30
yeah,
people would sign up for once a month, that's a lot.
yeah.
Even just once a month for one foster parent is a lot, because that 3 hours or 4 hours give that parent an opportunity to go to the grocery store and actually go through their list without having to leave halfway or leave their buggy and say, okay, I'll try again another day. I mean, as a foster parent, I'm sure every foster parent has been through that, where they just had to leave the store. I mean, you can't finish shopping, so being able to have that opportunity is amazing, and we are grateful for it. So you've shared a lot with us. I want to make sure that we understand that the foster closet is available to everyone. That's foster, adopted, and kinship. So in kinship, just to make sure that those of you that might be new with us truly understand what it is. You don't have to go through CPS to be called kinship.
Mhm.
If you are caring for your grandchild, caring for a niece, if you're caring for someone because you stepped in or even just a friend, it doesn't have to be a relative. If you're a friend of someone who could have ended up in CPS, but you took them in so they wouldn't have to go to another home or foster care, you are now kinship.
Okay.
So kinship is not just blood related.
Right.
It's some type of association that you have with that child. It could just be a friend's aunt, that told you about it. But if you agree to take that child in, then now you're what we call kinship.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that we all understand that you serve all of that community through your support groups as well as the foster closet. Now, the question then arises, do you have to be in Ellis County to get help?
No, no. Often what we're doing is in Ellis County. So you may have to come to Ellis County to pick up your
Yes.
diapers or your clothes or whatever you need. But no, you don't have to be from Ellis County.
Great.
No.
Well, we know of many that do not mind driving for their case of diapers,
Yeah.
a package of diapers, some pajamas, all those different things that you all give away. Now, is there a cost? Are we
None.
missing anything?
Nothing.
Free is
No.
free?
No, it's free.
Oh,
When I walk into the foster closet, I am struck with such the overwhelming goodness of God, and everything that is in that closet didn't cost a thing. All of the things that are in the closet were donated. They were donated by other churches, by other organizations, word of mouth, friends and family. Um, and so I couldn't charge somebody to come in and take something that was, free to me. Like, why would I do that? Right. And how's that going to help you? And so everything that we have is free. And it, when you walk in, just kind of stand there and look around and look at what God's done. Like that, it's an incredible amount of stuff, and the cost to bring a child into your home, and how expensive furniture is, and diapers, and everything is so expensive. But to walk in and realize that there are people who brought the items there that cared enough about a child they've never met, to meet their needs. It's incredible.
Right.
Are there any specific things, like right now, someone listening was like, well, I want to donate something. Is there anything specifically, always, I'm sure you take monetary donations, but is there a specific thing right now that would be really crucial, or things like, I know there's needs, but there's also things that children just love, right? The things that just make them feel human. So what are those things right now?
I think our biggest needs right now are size 4 diapers. It seems like every child in Ellis County is needing size 4 diapers.
That. I remember size 4 diapers was like the longest stage I was in with my kids.
Yeah, it's size 4 diapers, new swimsuits. We just cannot get enough swimsuits, and new underwear.
Okay.
For all sizes. Yeah.
And you all serve what sizes? Are we talking about infant to all the way adult size because of teenagers?
Yes, because we serve teens. Yes. Yeah. So we.
Okay. And if I have a foster child, is it an age that cuts them off? Or say I have a foster child that I kept in care and they're off to school back and forth. If they're 18, 19, can they still come in if they're under my care?
Absolutely. Okay. Yep. They can come in. Yep. Oh, if you're living somebody else's baby, we're going to help you do it.
Okay.
I love it.
Great. Now, thank you for sharing all the resources with us. That's so great to hear, and we love it. But how can we relate to Rebecca Pettis? And I asked the question that way because I want you all to know more about her. So, Rebecca, let's get into your home life. What does that look like every day? All this stuff
it's crazy.
The reason we're laughing.
Right, because we know about it. You're doing all these wonderful things. Tell us more about you, so that because those that come into the closet, they know right away they can connect with you. There's just no doubt about it because you've been through some things that we might, have been through or going through. So talk to us about your home life right now.
Yeah, so we it's a little circus. We have 6 kids in the home. And one of the things that's important in our family is we talk about kindness a lot. And we every day, how can we help somebody else? And so my kids will serve always, because it's just what we teach them. It's important that they know, that you've been in a place where you've needed to be served, and so you're going to serve. And so we are very busy. We are rarely home. And very often somebody drives by my house and they'll see a mound of things on my front porch, donations, and so my kids are always helping sort donations.
Yeah, told you I'll be dropping them off.
Yeah. So we're just busy. We're busy. My goal in the summertime is to always wear them out. It's always me that's worn out, but we try and we have fun. Have a good time with the kids. So,
good.
Yeah.
And we truly appreciate everything that you do. Just as a foster and adoptive parent, I mean, you just cannot do more than you do in life and throughout the day. I only have 24 hours in a day. I don't know where you get all your hours from, but you're always on the go and always still available. And we appreciate that in our community. And what you're teaching the children, it shows. I mean, I've never seen children that love to help so much than those Pettis boys.
Yes.
They love to help. They would sit there and have, I got it. No, I got it. I get it this time. Oh, you got it last time. They would have the conversation because they are there. And when they come in and introduce themselves, they'll tell me, oh, Miss Nikki, I'm here to help with this, this, and this. So I love it and I appreciate that because they always are showing their hands of God and with a smile. So thank you for all that you're doing in our community and
Well,
in your home. And if you just have any more space, I can send a couple to you. And I'm sure that we will all, because not only do you do that, you also homeschool still.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We
just sharing all your business today because it's remarkable. And when we talk about things that God would do, and that he doesn't give you more than you can bear. I don't know how you bear it, but you're really strong. And because of your faithfulness, he continues to bless you and give you more and give you more and give you more. And that's why I said he just gives you so many hours. I'm like, why she get more than I get? I just don't understand. And so,
God's been good to us for sure.
how long have you homeschooled?
So we just graduated a senior and we homeschooled her for 10 years. And so we've been homeschooling somebody for the last 10 years.
Right.
Homeschooling is not our be all end all. We do what we have to do to educate who we have. And so we private school some, we public school some, and we homeschool some. And so really just whatever is the best thing for that child is what we do.
I love it. So every child is not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Really? Wow. So you customize parenting. Great.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it. I
That is
love
a
it.
hard thing to learn.
It is. It
Right.
really is. And that's
Yeah.
something that I think is so interesting. The more interviews we do, it's very neat to see how there's a common thread in some of these things that we talk about. And
Mm-hmm.
some of it was respite care. Another one of it is how every child is different and the human experience is different. And you
Mm-hmm.
bring your own brokenness, you bring your own experiences to everything you do, whether you want to or not.
Right.
And understanding that to help someone else, you have to help yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you have to heal yourself and you have to be willing to do that work. And that work is very hard to do and it's very
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And I love seeing other people walk
Mm-hmm.
that hard path because we can choose to walk a path. We all walk one, but
Right.
whether we choose the easy road or the hard road, um, there's so much reward on the hard road.
Mm-hmm.
And I love just getting to learn more from people like you, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Just that choose that hard path. And it's inspiring. It really is.
It,
And you,
it
Nikki, I
is.
mean, obviously you.
Look, I learned from the best, and that's one thing I learned a long time ago. I try to surround myself around the best. And Rebecca is one of those because I learn from them.
Mhm.
They teach me through their daily walk, and they remind me through their daily walk of how I should walk. And that's why I love the stories about connecting
Yeah.
foster parents together
Yeah.
because it's a lonely place. You think sometimes just you and your husband, against the whole world. And then you see, wait a minute, they're doing it too. They're doing it too. And then you feel empowered and you feel encouraged, that, what, yes, God called me to do this and he's going to equip me with what I need in order to do it successfully. So, Rebecca, I can say more and more and more about you, but I do want you to know we appreciate you in the community. I appreciate you sharing with us the different ways that you all support the parents, the resources they have, and more importantly, as Sam brought up, what can we do to help you serve those that you serve? So, once again, size 4 diapers. If you have some just sitting in the closet, we have babies that need them.
Yep.
If you would like to donate, reach out to Rebecca Pettis. Reach out to Oak. She is the foster care coordinator, right? Rebecca, did I say that correct? At Oaks Church. You can reach out to her. You can. She take monetary donations are always great because you can always run and get what the child need. If it's not there, summer is coming up, so we want to remember summer outfits, swimsuits, any type of swimming items that you have that your child love. Our children will love it too.
Mhm.
So feel free to donate that. And just if you would like to just sponsor a family or child, the closet, please reach out as well. So
Yeah.
thanks, Rebecca. Is there anything that you would like to share with us that you haven't had a chance to share with us, or just some encouraging words that you would like to share with the foster parents or in adopted and kinship? I'm going to remember not to forget them because I just call them all the same in
Yeah.
the community, but we want to let them know they are definitely welcome and appreciated.
Yeah. So I think I would just say, you're not alone. You don't have to go through this alone. Let's chat. Like we can talk about it. We can, put some supports in place to help, whatever we need to do to keep you loving other people's kids.
Love it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Rebecca.